Yes, guys, it's Nitty Last and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is the R3K. This is the 3-round burst assault rifle that we managed to get some hands-on time with in Infinite Warfare's first weekend on beta. And for me personally, I really enjoy burst assault rifles. As long as they're done right, I can really enjoy them. Now, with Infinity Ward, they normally don't let us down in regards to burst weapons. A lot of people sometimes say that they're actually overpowered. First of all, in like Modern Warfare 2, we had the FAMAS. Absolutely loved the FAMAS. Modern Warfare 3, we had the Type 95. The Type 95, sorry, stacked up with the Specialist package was an absolute machine. It really was. A lot of people cried about, you know, wanting that to actually be nerfed and whatnot else. Absolutely love that gun. So looking forward now into Infinite Warfare. I was hoping and expecting to see a type of similar gun once again. Apparently there are rumours that the FAMAS is going to be returning in Infinite Warfare as one of the classical guns. As long as that works exactly as it did in Modern Warfare 2, that'd be very interesting to see. But with the R3K, I've got to say, I was pleasantly surprised. Now, I think over the following weekend and when it actually comes to launch, this gun is going to be feeling just that little bit different, because when we actually played the first weekend, it wasn't really lining up. The way that you actually, the time to death and the time to kill was a little bit off. It just did not quite work out. So I'm hoping to see this weapon just a little bit better, but I will say this weapon was very dominant overall. Now, in this particular gameplay, you are seeing the legendary version. Now, this one I actually got in a supply drop and I was quite lucky with that one. I must say, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the way these variants are actually working. Now, with the legendary, you get two random perks kind of thing to actually go with it. The first one is the roll of dice to gain one random attachment when you actually spawn. So as soon as you die, you respawn. You're just going to get a random attachment that you haven't actually selected before. And then on the next one, we have a readiness, which was reload faster when mag is empty. And this actually stacks with dexterity as well. So that's very good, especially if you've got multiple enemies chasing upon you straight away. I mean, you can reload in next to no time and you're pretty much on people straight away afterwards. So they're the kind of perks that actually come with the legendary, and because of those kind of perks, this is the class setup that I actually went with the R3K. But I will say that this is pretty much what I was actually going with before I actually landed the legendary. Now, first of all, I did put on, as you can see, the optic. Must admit, I'm not too keen on the iron sights. I could probably, with a lot more game time sort of thing, get used to them, but I much prefer the optic on it. Next up is quick draw, obviously just getting that weapon up as fast as we possibly can. Then next is stock. Now, even though stock is not back to its best, you know, when we had Modern Warfare 3 and the Infinity Ward introduced it as Stalker, that was extremely powerful. It was absolutely brilliant. Since those kind of days, it's been pretty much nullified, you know. Black Ops 3 pretty much killed it off. And with Infinity Ward, they've kind of gone down the same road again, but saying that, I still actually quite like to actually put it on. Then on my last actually attachment, I'd stuck on grip. Now, you would say that you probably don't need grip for a burst weapon. You probably really don't. But I must admit, once I stuck on grip on this weapon, it felt a lot better to use. So with that was all my attachments. So I had the red dotted sight, quick draw, stock, and also grip. Now for a secondary, I did stick it on a pistol, especially when I come up into those close quarters areas, because people are jumping around and whatnot else, and especially the way that some of the SMGs worked. If you miss a shot with the R3K, you could be a bit of a disadvantage. So sometimes I relied on my secondary, which worked quite well, and I would actually use the EMC. Then in for my perks, I went with Ghost, because as we know with the beta at the moment, everybody's spamming UAVs like left, right and centre, so it just gave me a bit of a chance to flank into those extra positions. Then I also had hardline on, just to try and rack up and try and get all those score streaks. Then we had pinpoint, which is then obviously to highlight people once they're damaged in one house. So those were the kind of attachments and perks that I actually ran with. You can swap out a couple of little things as well, like I say, especially with the legendary. I mean, you can swap out let's say like grip and go with an extra perk as well, maybe ghost and dexterity if you want to have reload faster and whatnot else. Or you could even still, you can swap out your optic and the EMC, and then that way you can get dexterity and you can keep grip, or maybe you swap out grip for extended mag, so that instead if you so particularly wish. But for me personally, this is the way that it works, and the legendary works extremely well. Can't wait to get hold of the epic, because the epic version of this gun, it shoots in full auto, so it's going to be very interesting to see how fast it actually fires. I haven't managed to get any games on time, I haven't actually seen it yet, But saying that, I am grinding out when the second weekend of the beta comes, and I'm going to be making sure that I get it. This is the weapon that I really, really want to try out the most. But anyway, guys, leave it in the comment section below exactly what you think of, or if you actually tried out the R3K, what you felt was the best way to be running with it. But leave it all in the comment section below. But coming up on my screen now is the subscribe button. Make sure you jump in on that. And guys, if you could drop a like for me, it'd be absolutely amazing. This is Nearly Last, and I'll catch you later.